Hello, everyone. My name is Sister Rita Ann, and I am so excited to read you some stories about the fall season. The first book I chose is called Pooh's Leaf Pile because I love Winnie the Pooh. He's such a gentle and kind bear, and he has a lot of fun friends. Maybe some of you have read stories before about Winnie the Pooh, but I hope you enjoy Pooh's Leaf Pile, written by Isabel Gaines. One lovely fall day, the air was cool and crisp. So Pooh and Piglet decided to play outside. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I bet you love playing outside too. They stepped out Pooh's door. As they walked, Pooh heard a strange crunching sound. Piglet, said Pooh, do you hear that noise? Pooh and Piglet stopped and listened, but they didn't hear anything. Look, said Pooh, the trees have lost all their leaves. They continued on their walk. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I hope that you get a chance to go crunching in the leaves, because that's a lot of fun. Piglet, said Pooh, I believe that noise is the sound of our feet stepping on the leaves. See, they've fallen to the ground. Oh my, said Piglet, look at all the colors. They have beautiful colors on their leaves. Just then, Rabbit arrived. Pooh, he cried, look at your yard. Isn't it pretty, said Pooh. Your yard is a mess, said Rabbit. We must clean it up. Get the rakes. We will rake the leaves into one big pile. Ooh, that sounds like fun. But they look so pretty, said Pooh. They will look pretty in a pile, said Rabbit. Pooh, Piglet, and Rabbit raked and raked and raked. That's a lot of fun, but it can be hard work, especially if you have a lot of leaves. As they finished, Tigger and Roo stopped by. That's a terrific leaf pile, said Tigger. Perfect for bouncing. Remember, Tigger loves to bounce. Tigger and Roo bounced into the pile of leaves. Pooh and Piglet jumped into the pile too. Roo, said Tigger, let's tell everyone about Pooh's leaf pile. Tigger and Roo bounced off to get the others. Wow, I wonder who's coming next. Oh no, Rabbit cried. Our neat pile of leaves is now a big mess. Perhaps we should do something else with them, said Piglet. Yes, said Rabbit, something that's not so messy. Let's ask Christopher Robin what to do. He's their friend, and he always has great ideas. Everyone gathered around Pooh's leaf pile. They waited for Rabbit and Christopher Robin. When they finally arrived, Christopher Robin said, let's make crafts with the leaves. First, we will make a collage. Now, a collage is a group of objects that you put on a paper or in a box. So all the friends gathered leaves, acorns, pine cones, and nuts. Christopher Robin helped them too. He helped them paste everything onto a big piece of paper. Great job, said Christopher Robin. See, now they have a whole collection of the leaves, and they can't fall off because they glued them down on the paper. Next, Christopher Robin had everyone tape leaves onto a piece of paper. Then they painted the paper. leaves and all. When they were done painting, they carefully removed the leaves from the paper. Leaf shapes, said Piglet. That would be a fun project. Maybe you could try that at home sometime if it works out for your family. For the last craft, everyone placed a leaf underneath a piece of paper. Then they peeled the paper wrapper off of the color crayon. They rolled the crayon over the paper. A leaf appeared on my paper, said Roo. It's magic. And it kind of like is magic. If you ever try that, then see he got a nice print of the leaf just by rolling the crayon on top of it. Crafts are fun, said Tigger. But Tiggers like bouncing in leaves the best. So do Roos, said Roo. No, shouted Rabbit. Please don't make another mess. Are you kind of getting the idea that Rabbit doesn't like messes? He likes everything kind of neat, doesn't he? My house is always full of leaves, said Eeyore. It's not so bad. So come on, Rabbit, said Tigger. Let's get messy. Do you think Tigger will do it? Or Rabbit will do what Tigger wants him to do? Let's see. Tigger grabbed Rabbit by the hand and bounced him into the middle of the pile. Everyone else jumped in after them. Rabbit started to giggle. That means laugh. Then he let out a big laugh. He liked playing in the leaves. Rabbit picked up an armful of leaves and tossed them into the air. Happy fall, he shouted. So that teaches us that sometimes we can try new things. Tigger didn't quite know, or Rabbit didn't quite know if he wanted to do that messy stuff, but he ended up liking it, didn't he? So sometimes that happens to me. I think, oh, I don't know if I want to try it. And then I try something new and I go, wow, that was way cool. So maybe you can try a leaf project with your family and you'll have a lot of fun with that. Okay, now I have a story about another friend of mine, and I bet a lot of you know Clifford. Clifford the big red dog. Well, this Clifford story starts out when he's just a little puppy. Okay, so this is called Clifford's First Autumn. And autumn, as you probably know, it's the season that we're in right now. Some people call it autumn and some people call it fall. But no matter what you call it, it's a lovely season. Hi, I'm Emily Elizabeth, and I have a dog named Clifford. When Clifford was a tiny puppy, he loved the summertime. We went to play in the park every day. Summertime is a great season too, isn't it? We just finished summer. Clifford chased the birds, but he never caught one. On the way home, we always stopped to smell the flowers. Then summer ended. One morning, Clifford woke up to hear the radiator hissing. Now, perhaps you've never seen a radiator like this. It's a way of heating a home. Some homes still have them, and some have different kinds of ways to heat their home. I picked him up so he could see out the window. He was surprised to see smoke coming out of his nose, but it wasn't really smoke. It was just his breath in the frosty morning air. Fall had come. So now we have a brand new season. I put on a warm coat and I took Clifford out. And that's one thing about autumn. Sometimes you can go without a coat, but some days are a little chillier and you need your jacket. The park looked different. There were leaves all over the ground. Clifford couldn't chase the birds. They were all flying south. Maybe you heard that birds do that in many parts of the country. It's too cold for them to live here where it's so cold, so they fly south to other parts of our world. The flowers were gone, and there were pumpkins in their place. Clifford had never seen pumpkins before. So that's his first time seeing a pumpkin. Uh-oh, he jumped up and crashed. Pumpkins rolled all over the street. Uh-oh. He didn't really mean to do it. It just happened, didn't it? Sometimes little accidents happen. Now, where did Clifford go? Sometimes Clifford was a naughty little puppy. And it doesn't mean that he was bad. Sometimes we just do things that are a little, maybe not the best choice, but he still was a good little puppy. We said goodbye to the store owner and we went into the park. A gust of wind blew more leaves off the trees. At first, Clifford was frightened. See, he had never seen that happen before. And when you see something new, sometimes it can be a little scary. But then he started to chase the leaves, and it was fun. So then he realized, oh, this isn't so bad. It's kind of fun, actually. We saw a big pile of fallen leaves. Clifford plunged in. Plunged is a fancy word. Instead of saying, I'll jump in the pile, you could say, I'll plunge into the pile. That's a fancy word. Whee! That was even more fun. Then a strange object bounced right in front of Clifford. Ooh, I bet you've seen that before. A football? There was a long string on it. Clifford took hold of the string. Uh-oh. And he ran. So he's running with the football. Suddenly, a boy grabbed the object. I guess he didn't see Clifford. So the boy didn't know that Clifford was at the end. He was the one pulling that string, and the boy didn't know that. A lot of kids came running after the boy. One girl shouted, "Hey, there's a puppy on the football." So she noticed that. The boy dropped the ball. So Clifford took it and ran. So he's thinking, now's my chance. I'm going to get that ball again, and I'm going running. He crossed the white line, and all the kids cheered. Clifford had scored a touchdown. And in football, that's how you win the game if you score a lot of touchdowns. The kids told Clifford that he was a very special dog. And he is, isn't he? They should see him now. So in the first part of the story, Clifford was the puppy, and now they show him grown up. And then you can imagine all the things Clifford can do now that he's much older. That was a fun story, wasn't it, for autumn? Okay. And I have one more story about one of my favorite things in autumn, pumpkins. I wonder if any of you have seen pumpkins, maybe had pumpkins in your house. Maybe you go out to a place where pumpkins grow, called the pumpkin patch. But this story is all about them. And Pumpkin Day was written by Candace Ransom. And the children in this story are so cute too. Especially they have curly hair, and I like that. Sunny day. Pack a lunch. In the treetops, squirrels munch. So So the squirrels love to be in the trees. And that's where they store their nuts for the winter. But they're up there munching and munching away. And the trees are so pretty. Scarecrow waves. Open latch. That's the part that opens up the gate, the latch part. Through the gate to the pumpkin patch. So now we know where that family was going. They packed their lunch and they drove to the pumpkin patch. Bumpy cart, ponies run, baby goats have all the fun. So there are all the little baby goats. Cornfields here, red barns there. Then, guess where they're going now? Do you have any idea? Pumpkins, pumpkins everywhere. So now they landed in the pumpkin patch. And here's the family that we saw earlier. Jump right in the orange sea. So they're calling this like a sea of orange. That means there's so many pumpkins around. Giant pumpkin, just for me. And look at that little boy. He's got his eye on the real big one, doesn't he? Would you like a big one? I would. Rolling ball. Watch it go. Thump, thump, thump. That's the sound it's making as it rolls over the ground. It's thumping. And then, uh-oh. Oh no, what's happening? You found yours. What a prize. Little pumpkin, more my size. So now his sister has the bigger one, and he's got one that's just the right size for him. Take a spoon, scoop out the goo. Have you ever gotten to do that? Take your hands inside of the pumpkin and take out all that gooey stuff. It's kind of slimy, but actually it's kind of fun. And hiding inside are a lot of pumpkin seeds too. People take out the seeds. Make a face. Yikes! Looks like you. So she made a face on her pumpkin. On our porch, yellow light, ready for this spooky night. So some families, not every family, but some families put pumpkins out on their porch, and sometimes children will dress up in costumes, or maybe not, and they'll walk around and they'll visit all of the houses to see the pumpkins. Orange moon in the sky, big and round like pumpkin pie. Well, I hope that you get to see some pumpkins this fall, or maybe have a chance to see beautiful leaves and jump in them. Okay, I hope you liked the stories. Have a fun day.